Hello and welcome to India Today. This is Anita in conversation with the team of Modern Love. Hello guys, welcome.
Hi.
Let me begin by asking, what is modern love according to you all? Let me start with Masaba.
I'm just in the wrong seat. Modern love, according to me, is. I'm going to steal Ritwik's answer from before, but yeah, simply complicated. I think that it's very, very basic, but at the same time, it's just become jumbled in miscommunication, I think. And I think modern love today is about wanting something and feeling something, but just being absolutely incapable of communicating it, I think.
Okay. What about you, Dhruv?
It's exactly the same thing. We're not trying to shy away from the answer, from the question, but no, it's complicated. You want something simple, but you live in a very complicated world. Your lives are very complicated. You want silence, but you're surrounded by noise. Yes. But every now and then you do experience it, and you like it for what it can be, which is a modern relationship should be full of freedom, being allowed to say what you want to say, to feel what you want to feel, dignity, respect, which I think is the good part of modern love. Maybe it probably existed in all healthy relationships, but I think the awareness about mutual respect, dignity, and the respect for individuality is much higher now than it was earlier. So yeah, it's something great, but set in a complicated world. So yeah, simply complicated.
It's the same thing. I think love has always been. It's an eternal feeling. It's an emotion that. You'll hate me for saying it. It's a man-made emotion. And it's an eternal thing. It's an idea that has been lasting forever. So it is eternally beautiful, hopeful, graceful, and nice. So love today, love then has always been nice. It is still nice. It is just the way you either approach it or look at it. Either it's a modern way or an old way of doing it. So modern love is love, but done it in our way, modern people way.
But given a chance, would you prefer the modern love or the love that our parents...
Love mil jaye kaise bhi. Modern or old.
I think it has to be a mix, yeah. No, I think it has to be... I just think they had the ability to really... I think the fact that they could communicate after months and years sometimes was just, you held on to that one word, that one letter saying, I'm okay, you could be in any part of the world. You waited for that.
True.
So I think that the idea of longing, the idea of waiting for your better half to show up or, just write to you and say that they're okay, I think we miss that. We've just stopped checking on people. We've stopped checking on our loved ones because we open our Instagram and there's enough updates to see what's happening with everyone. And I think I want to have all of the dignity and the grace and that, self-acceptance that people have today, that this generation has. And they're also not into nonsense, right? So they know exactly what they want. They know exactly which partner they want, how much money that partner is earning, where they live. It's like, suddenly I'm like, you want a partner as per your PIN code? How?
How?
And what if someone you love is like in Baroda, for example? So I just feel like there are problems in today's day and age as well, but there were problems back then too. Back then, a lot of people we know adjusted with abuse, abusive relationships.
True.
They just hung on because log kya kahenge, So I think today we don't have that idea of log kya kahenge. We're actually very, very much, we're very rebellious, but at the same time we know what we want. So I think the mix of knowing what you want, but also being accepting, loving, the idea of longing, the idea of a commitment, loyalty, and just communicating. I'd like a mix of the two.
These are such nice essays.
I'm feeling like by the time I walk out of these interviews, I'll be in a relationship.
Yeah, I'm taken.
Boys, would you like to add something?
No, what is this? Bad. No, she
Whatever ma'am says.
Oh, modern love.
Masaba, what has been your learning from your mom about love? You know, she's always up there, open, always loving to anyone. Even I have met a couple of
Achha,
times,
really?
and she's very sweet, very sweet. She's on your face, whatever
Yeah,
it is.
yeah.
So, what is that one thing that you have learned about love from her?
I must tell you, I sent her a message with a teaser today, which came out, and she said, "Acha, promote karna hai."
No, she did. She put it on
She put it, but
Instagram.
I sent it to her. She said, "Meri beti bhi hai." So I said, "Okay." So yeah, you're right. She's very honest and upfront. I think the one learning I've had from my mother is that you have to have the ability to laugh at yourself. Whether you've had a bad relationship, you've had a bad day at work, you've had a bad couple of years, you have a bad relationship with your family, whatever it might be, and in whatever way people are treating you, I think you have to be able to laugh at yourself and just take light, you know. The second thing I would think is that I just feel she has this ability to start over, you know, over again and again and again. There's no such thing as defeat.
Right.
You know, be it in love, and I think she starts with the same innocence, which is really sweet, because I think it's so easy for all of us to get colored and influenced by what has happened to us that we just say, no, now I'm going to go into this. We become harsher human beings. She, over time, with whatever that's happened to her, has become softer, and that's the only thing I want to learn from her: how to become softer as I grow older, rather than harsher.
It's really nice.
Yeah. Boys, any learnings that you have learned from your family or friends about love, or the lessons that
An
they've-
extension of that, but to try and give love a chance and to not always look for the way out, Of course, there are pros and cons to that also. Like she was saying that you end up being stuck in an abusive relationship.
Yeah.
But, to acknowledge that this thing exists and you can take care of it, and it has various forms. And if it's this right now, then there's a possibility it may change.
Correct.
So the selflessness quality in the good way, that. And I think they also, we want to be good people, but I see our parents' generation emphasizing on just the goodness a bit more,
Yeah.
that theek hai na, it's okay. But I think we are
आदमी अच्छा है,
दिल का अच्छा है.
दिल का
Very good.
वो सब बाकी छोड़ो. But it always has to be a mix. The more I'm saying these things, you're reflecting about a lot of things. It has to be a mix. It has to be a mix of modern and old love.
True.
Yeah.
Ritwik?
What have I learned from my family? I think what I've really picked up from them, which I do also like make a lot of fun of them for this topic, but I just know that is something I've picked up. I'm going to learn and I'm going to be like them. Is sometimes it's better to know less. When you know too much, you're looking for too much. You're asking too many questions. Too many questions are never bad. But there are certain situations in your life, certain relationships in your life where it's better off to know less, and not in a bad way, in a good way, that it's a sign of trust, to just know lesser. Like, I don't have to know everything about you to be your friend. So I think that's something that I've picked up from them, where I just if I keep bringing up some topic with them, but do you even know, like, does it even make any sense to you? Like, it's okay. Everything doesn't have to make sense. It's
Right.
fine. And I like that. I truly like that. I hope they don't see this interview, because then I won't be able to make fun of them. But
Like, what do we not know about you?
Yeah.
but I really have picked up that from them. It's a really nice sign.
Dhruv, as a creator, we've always seen love story. लड़का या तो धारावी का रहता है या तो लड़की अप टाउन की रहती है या वाइस वर्सा वैसा. This is the first time someone has gone. Though Thane is in Bombay, someone has gone to Thane and spoken about Thane area and all. How did that come about? And what about Thane did you all enjoy the most shooting out there?
We loved it. We loved it. But the thing is, in my
There's
formative
something in
years, when I
between
was
that.
around 2-3 years old or so on and so forth, I was in Thane. I used to live in Thane. I've grown
Okay.
up in Thane for like a couple of years in Saket.
Even I didn't know this.
And yeah, I never, but I grew up in Thane. Like, my first few years of schooling was in Thane and so on and so forth. But Thane has always been beautiful, spacious, nice, lots of greens and good
Lakes.
people. lakes.
Space. We don't
Space.
have that
Yeah,
in
we
the
don't.
suburbs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The roads are much better out there.
Roads are better. People, I think, are calmer.
Yeah.
Missile
बस
is
जगह
nice.
है ना, कोई
Missile
चिल्ला
is
नहीं रहा है तो जगह है, तुम अपना करो. It's like
Yeah,
that.
it's very good middle class, you
Yeah.
know, that suburban feeling. It's quite nice.
So is that the reason you thought of basing the?
One was that, and I was also wanting to kind of know a Bombay that we don't really see, we don't experience.
Correct.
You know, I wanted someone from Kerala or from Hyderabad to know that there is a suburb like Thane. You know? Not because Thane is XYZ, but because it also represents the city.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, Bombay is not just Bandra and town, you know, or even Andheri, or Bombay is also, or Versova, you know, Bombay is also a family of 4, you know, where a man goes and comes back and lives a simple life. So I wanted to just get close to that, you know, the everydayness,
Right.
which is what probably, if you see, you know, we've tried to capture.
Capture.
You know, one
You
of
know,
the,
when we were sorry
Yeah.
to cut you, but when we were shooting in one of, I don't know if you remember, what was that lane?
Vasant Vihar.
Yeah. Where,
Now I know.
where, you know, there were buildings and those kids were on the cycle,
Yeah,
that whole
wasn't that
scene.
correct?
For the first time in years, I've peeped into homes and I've seen a family of 4 sitting and watching one common TV.
Yeah.
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 We don't see that in
Right.
the Bandras and Juhus of the world because everyone's either on their phone or all the kids are in different rooms with their own
Yeah.
iPads. I saw that and it's like, you know, the man saying, Aaj ye dekhenge, whatever, KBC or whatever. It's that idea of togetherness. That's what I noticed. I think that's pretty much
I was
something.
smiling because I remember that man also getting upset that we're
He was
disturbing
so
his TV
upset.
watch.
He was so upset because we were
उनकी
just
खिड़की के बाहर हम shoot कर रहे
walking and he's looking and his wife is saying, "Chodo na baba, chodo na baba."
अरे तो हम टीवी नहीं देखेंगे क्या?
Yeah, I heard that. But see that he don't give a shit about who it is. It could be the biggest film stars, the smallest film stars, or someone you don't know, but you just don't want to be disturbed.
Yeah,
so I
it's
think
just
that
family time.
family time, the sleepiness of it, the sleepiness of like these roads which are beautiful. I love that.
You know, once what happened, because in the script I written that, you know, the kids are cycling, you know, people are just cycling from one point to another point. And there was, during the scene, a cycle had passed, you know, so, I mean, the scene got done. And I went to the AD, I'm like, dude, great passing, बहुत perfect time पे आया. He's like, अरे वो तो ऐसे ही चला गया, हमारा था ही नहीं. So then I was like, you know, well, maybe it is real, you know, a quieter life in a big metropolis like Bombay. So yeah, it was kind of the attempt.
Masaba and Ritwik, how much did you all relate to your characters in Modern Love? Was there any similarities between you?
The one thing that I absolutely did not relate to was the dating apps, the amount of time and energy spent by Saiba on just trying to find love on a phone. I've never been on a dating app. So I just, it was a whole new universe for me to unfold, and I would talk to my friends about it who are on it. And I think the one thing I related to the most was how hopeful she was. You know, she'd get up each day, start again. She'd believe in herself again. She's also very, very committed to her work. But she's equally committed to finding love. So I think that the fact that she discovers and she understands that life is about that balance of having love and also
Right.
having, you know, doing the work that you like. I think that is what I related to the most. But she's just, you know, everything is hopeful. I remember Dhruv telling me everything about her walk, this, that, everything is hopeful until she's defeated, right? So I think I'm like that too. I'm very, very hopeful, optimistic, but didn't understand how you could spend so much energy on trying to make a connection with a stranger.
Right.
Yeah.
Also, when you make a connection, then उसको carry forward करने के लिए भी उतना ही energy, उतना ही
Yeah,
time
and there's
जाता है.
anxieties around it. There's, you know,
Yes.
did that go off as well as I thought it did, or did he think I was pretty, or did he think I was interesting enough? I just find it it's a game, you know, but it can really take a toll on your health and mental health, most importantly. And I think that to me was exhausting about her. So I mean, I found it exhausting being Saiba, but also very hopeful that, hey, you know, so what? We'll start over.
Right.
Yeah.
Ritwik?
A lot, very honestly. There are, of course, differences between Parth and I, but right from the way he thinks, his approach to a lot of his ideas and ideals, and also his morality, they're all very similar to mine, genuinely. And you know what I'm talking about. It's very similar to mine. कि कर लेंगे, कर सकते तो कर ही लेंगे, क्यों नहीं करेंगे? I have that kind of an attitude. But what I really hope that one day I can pick up from Parth is his demeanor. He's an in-betweener. Now, let me explain that to you. I'm somebody who keeps speaking. Either my mood is here or there. He's somebody who I aspire to be, who's here, in between.
Okay.
With
Nice.
all his ideas, with all his, thinking and the way he approaches life. His demeanor, his pace is in between. And I'm constantly trying to go there as a person, but it's very difficult. But hopefully I'll pick that up from Parth someday. Hopefully.
Yeah, I hope so too. For myself.
All right.
Absolutely. He needs to calm down.
Yeah, actually, all. Na?
Yeah.
Both characters are very like shant.
Shant.
Oh.
But Dhruv is a shant person.
No,
I'm a very shant person. I don't think I ever saw. I mean, there would be moments where I'd be like standing there and something would be going wrong with something, and I was like, oh my god, he's gonna flip. He was just like, "Karna tha na aise." Wow, man, this is the goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dhruv, you want to add say something on that?
no,
You wanna
because
tell us what
this
is
place
wrong?
is very noisy, no? So by the time it goes from here till here, it filters.
Wow.
No, yeah, one has to try and be that, because it was the first time even I was directing. When it comes to a scale this big, so I was also just observing, as opposed to imposing.
Correct.
Because I don't have anything to impose. I have to just listen to what people are saying, what the actors are saying. So, yeah.
Thank you so much. It was lovely
Thank you.
talking to you all, and all the very best for Modern Love.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.